Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing here on Monday, the 21st of December. Christmas is almost here, folks, and I hope you have a wonderful start to your week. In the news today, we have America's Cup action, or well, non-action, as it were. Cricket news from the New Zealand-Pakistan series, as well as the Australia and India series. Bringing it up to date with the action from the beach volleyball yesterday. I was at the beach volleyball, the Moira Open. You can see post-match or post-tournament interviews with all of the finalists over on the New Zealand Sports Radio Facebook page. Currently the LPGA Tour Championship is in action with Lydia Ko, and we'll towards the end of the show, we'll bring up to date with how she's going in that one. So they're out on the course now. The New Zealand Premiership football action at the weekend, that's So I've listed volleyball twice on my list. It was that good to talk about. This is your best way to start the day up to speed with all of the important sports news. At the Moira Open, on the women's side of the event, the Beach Ferns are switching around partners and to keep things interesting during this special season where basically they're not able to head over to Asia or to Europe for events or to Australia, particularly during this time of year. Also, the international teams are not able to come here to New Zealand. That meant that we saw Shauna Pooley play with Olivia McDonald. Shauna Pooley against her regular teammate Julia Tilley, who was playing with Alice Simon in the final, and Sean Pooley and Olivia McDonald came out on top of that one, 21-12, 21-13 to win the tournament. It just seemed like Pooley and McDonald, with McDonald's height, particularly at the net, were able to get their points easier and pull out leads, which enabled them to take a 2-set win. On the men's side of things, the international players were having a camp, so we had some local teams fighting it out for the title. Thomas Reid and Perry Preston, the number 4 seeds, took on Griffin Mullen and Brad Fullerton, who were the number 2 seeds in the final. Reid and Preston came out 21-19, 21-17, so 2 really hard-fought sets there. The wind definitely played a part in that one, as it picked up, meaning that it was very much easier to serve from one end than from the other. But Reid and Preston took the title there after taking leads in both sets before getting clawed back by Mullen and Fullerton. As I say, you can catch post-tournament interviews with all of the finalists over on our New Zealand Sports Radio Facebook page. So go check those out. In the America's Cup, and light winds really made a mess of the final 2 days of the racing action. Team New Zealand came out on top, winning the America's Cup World Series regatta with the America Magic in second, Luna Rosa in third, and Team Ineos UK really struggling at the event with their boat, and they're going to really need to do a lot of work if they are to become competitive for the regatta in the new year. On Sunday, when they had the Christmas, when they were supposed to take race for the Christmas Cup, where every team was supposed to have 2 races, only the light winds meant that the tournament had to be abandoned. Only 1 race got underway, and even that was abandoned after it took more than 45 minutes, even with a shortened one. With seeing some of the sailors sunbathing on their boats as they would be calmed in very, very light winds. So that's it now for New Zealand until the America's Cup starts on the 6th of March. The other 3 boats will be taking place in the Challengers Series between January the 15th and February the 22nd, decide who will take on Team New Zealand in the for the America's Cup. Over in the cricket, and we had 3 games. I've got 3 games over the weekend to bring you up to date with. We had the T20 in Hamilton, where Pakistan posted a total of 163 in the first innings. They were led by Mohammad Hafez, who finished at 99 not out. Unfortunately, he was not able to get for Pakistan not to get any support from any of the other batsmen. Rizwan was the second highest scorer with 22. Only 4 batsmen made it in to double figures. For New Zealand, Tim Southey was the leader of the bowlers, taking 4 wickets in his 4 overs, and he also picked up player of the match as New Zealand chased down the total with 4 balls to spare. Martin Guptill lost his wicket for 21, but then Tim Selford and Kane Williamson timed the run chase to perfection. Tim Selford scoring 84 and Kane Williamson 57 in that one. Over in Australia, and we had the first test between India and Australia, and it was a day-night affair. After the first innings, India had a lead. India scored 244 in the first innings, and then Australia replied with 191. Then in India's second innings, they had an absolute collapse, being all bowled out for 36 with one Mohammad Shami retired, not out, hurt. So none of the batsmen made it into double figures. Pat Cummins took 4 wickets and Josh Hazlewood 5 in that one. That led a small target for Australia to chase just 90 runs, and they did it for the loss of 2 wickets, with Joe Burns top scoring with 51 in that one. Tim Payne was the man of the match for his 73 and not out in the Australia's first innings in that one. So congratulations to him, and congratulations to Australia taking the first test match in that series. We also had the Pakistan Shaheens taking on New Zealand A up in Whangarei, and after New Zealand took a lead in the first innings of just 38. Is that right about that? Anyway, 38. The Pakistan's second innings had a much better fist of it, scoring 329. It really was based around a partnership between Fawad Alam, who scored 139, and Raheel Nazir, who scored 100. The next highest score was just 29 in that one. Matt Henry led the bowling for New Zealand with 6 wickets. So with a target of 298 set, New Zealand A were all bowled out for 208. A number of batsmen made starts but couldn't go on to score that big score, the big score that was needed. Ken McClure got scored 22, Joe Carter 30, Michael Bracewell 30, and Nathan Smith 45. So they all got themselves in, but to say couldn't go on to make that big score. Nazim Shah took 3 wickets, and as did Ahmad Butt, to lead the Pakistan bowling in that one. So congratulations to Pakistan Shaheens in the only unofficial test on this tour. Moving on to the football, and in the men's NZ Premiership, Auckland City beat Wellington Phoenix 4-1. Team Wellington beat Canterbury United 3-1. Hawke's Bay beat Waitakere United 2-0. So all home wins there. And that was a big upset win there for Hawke's Bay beating Waitakere United for their first win of the season. Finally, Hamilton Wanderers lost 1-2 to Eastern Suburbs, the only away victory of the weekend. That means that it's all tight at the top. Team Wellington lead the way on 12 points, closely followed by Eastern Suburbs and Hamilton Wanderers, both on 11, and Auckland City on 10. So very, very tight at the top of the table, as I say, in that one. We also had the women's final at the weekend, with Canterbury United Pride hosting Capital Women and winning that one 4-0. So Canterbury United having a fantastic season, having won all 6 of their regular season games, and then going on to win the final as well. So undefeated this season. Congratulations to them. Over in the LPGA, and as I say, the LPGA, as I said at the top of the show, the Tour Championship is live and they're out on the course at the moment. Leading the way is Ko. She's through the 12th hole and currently at 14 under par. 4 shots back is Lydia Ko, in tied 7th currently at 10 under par, and she is through the 14th hole. So she really will need a late charge to close that gap. At the moment, so Green, Thompson, and Kim are all 2 shots behind Ko. So she's Ko's got a slight lead. As that one comes to its conclusion, we'll bring you the result of the Tour Championship tomorrow morning on the morning sports briefing, because we come to you at 7 a.m. every single morning, 7 days a week. Sorry, folks, I missed yesterday, but that is since the beginning of April. We've only had 3 mornings that we've missed, so I think that's pretty good going. If you would like to support us in our effort to keep going, then there's a link in the show notes down below to our Patreon page, where you can support us for as little as $1 a month or as much as you feel like, here at NZ Sports Radio.